All right. Hello, everybody, to another exciting week of Star Wars D&D. It's going to be an interesting session today for sure, and I am very much looking forward to it. Unfortunately, Calliope, aka Haley, may or may not be with us today. She might drop in late, like Amber last week. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We're playing it by ear. But in the meantime, I want to just get started right away. So, Gunner,
Mm,
are you ready?
yes.
Amber, are you ready?
Yep.
Cam, are you ready?
Yeah.
Trey, are you ready?
Yeah,
Where's Candy?
Candy's not in Discord yet, and I don't know why, but she's got it open, so she's ready.
Okay. Well, then, we'll get
It's
started.
not connected to her
Oh.
headset.
Oh, no. Well, we'll get started now. And then hopefully she can just jump on real quick. But, last session, everybody, your affairs upon Coruscant came to a close. Meetings with to restock with Gulk as well as at the Jedi Temple off screen happened after you all pretty much get your affairs in order on your trip to Bespin to meet up with Za'nara and her big exclusive party. The information or the galaxy is starting to scramble as different factions are making their moves, getting their information, their resources together, so that they can better prepare themselves against the ever growing threat of the Vong, and you will realize it's your duty to bring all these separate entities together and hopefully form a united front. But the first thing you have to do is work out the kinks in your own group. This newly dubbed group, the Vanguard, has already had some issues of trust that were brought forth. The individual you all are going to meet and potentially have to forge connections with, Za'nara, an infamous former slaver, now a high-ranking executive within the criminal organization known as the Exchange, who has a deep history with a lot of the members of the Vanguard. Now, potentially, you will potentially find out that she might also be working with the Vong. A revelation, I'm sure, or a potential revelation that I'm sure will be on the back of your minds as you all float in your ship above the amber colored world. And that is where we will start today.
Hey,
After bringing the ship in, Zip making a rather safe landing on one of the circular sort of like drop points or landing zones around at the front of this large sort of platform, thousands of tens if not hundreds of thousands of feet above the planet's surface. You guys see out of the few viewports leaves, cherry sort of like blossom trees, and their pink leaves sort of flow in the ever sort of like rapid winds that happen at this high altitude. And you can see even now a number of individuals also arriving, leaving their ships and moving towards the large entryway leading towards that mansion you saw in your approach. It's a wondrous sight, to be sure, if not still a bit intimidating, as though the sight of these lovely sort of forestry here is, you could say, enchanting. It's still, it's not overshadowed, but it is a hard contrast to the giant anti-aircraft cannons that you can see circling the perimeter as well. And coming into where you are, it would be no hard feat at all for these cannons to rip apart your ship. It's almost as if coming here and landing your ship on this platform gives off a sense of understanding that your lives, your entry, is literally in the hands of those who control these cannons. But you push the thought from your mind as another successful landing has happened, and you guys have arrived now on Bespin. So, over the excuse me. Over the intercom, you guys hear a crackle and a buzz as the speakers come alive, and you hear our boy, your pilot, speak over the intercom, and Trip says, all right, we made it. This is the place. Just to be sure, I don't have an invite, right? I'm staying on the ship, yeah. I just wanted to
That's pretty good.
I just wanted to, temper my expectations. Yeah.
Chandra's voice, after a moment, comes back over the PA system, and she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Trip. We only had room for 1, 2, 4, 5, 5 people. Yeah, it's only 5 of us, right? Yeah, we only have room for 5 people. So I'm afraid you have to take the back seat on this one. But the next party, I'll be sure to get an extra invite."
Yeah, no worries, boss. And as he says that, you guys hear Chandra sort of approach after changing, and you see Trey, if you want to describe.
As Chandra comes out here, her nice gray and gold heels, her purple half dress, leaving very little to the imagination. Her friend wanted her to show up and be eye-catching alongside her, and god damn it, Chandra knows how to do just that. You all see now that she has a nice little adornment covering her eyes. That way, she don't got to walk around with bandages or no ghetto shit like that, because she's a classy woman, baddest bitch in the galaxy. And she also has different decorative horns. The horns you all usually see her wearing are replaced with these smaller gold horns. And she comes in to inspect everybody, make sure everybody ain't out here looking broke, because Chandra don't speak broke.
All right. Well,
she walks in, and then she will begin, double checking that everybody looks presentable for this high class party.
Yeah. Did anybody make any unique changes to their outfits? Any specific things you guys wanted to make known about what you're wearing outside of what we talked about when you all purchased your clothes? Also, welcome, Candy. You're muted though.
I don't know if she.
Hi.
Oh,
Sorry, I was eating a mango, so I didn't want you guys to hear me
Mango, 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 mango. Y'all kids don't know about
Mangoes
that.
are
Y'all
delicious.
kids don't know about that.
no.
But yeah, so Emilio's as Chandra walks amidst our lounge, sort of just like eyeing everyone over with her meticulous gaze of approval. Emilio can't help but just be transfixed upon Chandra's aura and vibe and presence as she sort of like adjusts her suit jacket and tightens her cufflinks. There appears to be a bit of a glow in the buttons. It as she has like modified her audio tech to be as unrecognizable as possible, because surely everybody in this party is probably armed to the teeth. Chandra, I hope we are all worthy to stand beside you as your ensemble.
She takes one last look around. Definitely scrutinizing Kuma the most as the most slovenly member of the party right now. She says, "There's a few things here or there that I'd like to clean up or change, but all in all, it will suffice. I must say, I'm quite impressed."
Well, thank you. And again, just to go over our plan before we mix and mingle with the most dastardly devils in the galaxy. Of course, no offense, Chandra.
None taken.
Just be on our best behavior.
Yes.
How are
your
we?
Best behavior, please.
How are we going to go about confirming our suspicions that the ultimate access to our enemy is less than a mile away from us?
I'll see if I can urge her to open up to her dear friend and talk to me about it. As a backup plan, we can find, surely, with this stealthy team of ours, can find some sort of database. When you do, please don't just rush into it. Contact me, and I'll try to make my way there. I have a feeling that I might have a bit of an edge on getting access to her personal files.
Chandra.
Kuma raises her hand at this point and said, "I don't think I have your phone number, Chandra."
Chandra looks at her and she says, "That does not come as a surprise. But don't worry, you will absolutely not be traveling alone anywhere."
Oh.
Chandra,
Go ahead.
yeah, I just want to. Okay, cool. Chandra, during travel through hyperspace, I had a thought, an angle for you to play that may be of great benefit to us, if I may float a suggestion in the execution of our agenda to save the galaxy.
By all means.
Thank you. If Za'nara is indeed financing and even planning to outlast the war with the Yuzhong Vong, Chandra, if you could convince her that we would be willing to, dare I say, be on her side, we can play the long con and catch her unawares when she and the Vong are at their most vulnerable, if such a thing exists. Though we would be double agents. A triple Rancor gambit. As I look to Delkor, acquainting him with strategies from Hollow Chess.
He's got a grimace, but you know it's only like surface deep. That was a good play.
Thank you.
Chandra says, well, I don't particularly like the idea of setting up the opportunity to double-cross someone I consider a friend. But I suppose, if there's no other way, then it's better than just having to outright kill her, so...
You know, your
Unless
only
you're
best
doing
friend
this.
that's attempting to destabilize the galaxy.
People
Yeah.
can change, Delkor.
Oh,
People can
Chandra.
change.
Really? She can? Because she still
Naalah-
seems like a slaver piece of bantha to me.
Not, I don't think I know the full details of y'all's past experience together, so... Chandra will just say,
Once a slaver,
Yes.
always a slaver.
the slave aspect is very untasteful. I'm personally very against that, but... I mean, I'm honestly surprised you're so against it.
Against
think
what?
Not crime, per se, but you seem very sensitive of this topic. I know you all had a bad history, you, pointing to Naalah and Za'nara, but surely it's something you all can let go. Or is it that bad?
You remember Almar?
Ugh, don't remind me.
There was a time we had to deal with Almar on Nar Shaddaa, looking to Naalah and like grimacing, and not grimacing, like he just
I think Naalah
You can s-
openly grimaces when
you
you
could
mention Nar
you
Shaddaa.
could see like when Delkor mentions Nar Shaddaa, like if his red eyes could darken, his red eyes darken, and it's yeah. And he said, where was it going with this? Where was it going with this?
Nar Shaddaa, why
Nar
you guys
Shaddaa,
Za'nara.
it was the first location we went to after getting captured by Za'nara's slavers, tracking down her business, which led us to the unfortunate confrontation of Almar. Yeah, you weren't there. You weren't there. It's true. But she. Come on, you remember this. She's the reason why. She's the reason why Kilrin's brothers had access to slaves to test their rat ghoul experiments on. Slavery's bad enough, but the slaves that went in, that fed that project, no. And she knew they were doing detestable stuff on Felucia, and yet she still continued business with those unsavory types. So
It's a
she
valid
is
point.
irredeemable in my eyes.
She may
What about
be very truly evil, Chandra, and so much so that I would be concerned about us appearing to befriend her, to play a long game. I do not think we, Friends of the Republic, want to have any misunderstandings and have other groups actually believe we are business associates of hers. If we are to do any seemingly friendly exchanges. I don't think we should do it as the Vanguard. It should be perhaps Chandra as a super evil criminal.
She says, "You flatter me."
This is if Haley were here, I bet she would. Upon hearing that, I bet she would suggest this, but she's not here, so she can't really. I'm just. Haley's proficient with the disguise kit.
Mm.
And with a little time, she could make disguises for all of us, except for Chandra, which means Chandra would just be appearing at the party.
Oh,
Huh.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, Chandra and, her and Kuma, the quote-unquote denizens of the underworld.
Yeah, because
Uh,
I'm actually afraid it, like, what's she gonna say when she sees fucking Naalah and Delkor at this place?
Yeah.
Incredible idea.
Well, I could see being a bit weird, but I mean, you're not even a Jedi anymore, so that's whatever.
But she probably knows you're the Archbishop, which isn't good for business. If she's as well connected as you are, she knows.
I would wager that they also probably know that we're coming, but
Probably.
But I think a disguise, especially like considering Calliope's proficiency, would work wonders probably.
Yeah, but she's not here, so she can't help us right now.
She's not
what
here, so she
you
can't.
guys didn't know is
Yeah.
that Kuma is also proficient in disguise kit.
Oh!
Hey!
Oh,
Except-
snap! Oh,
What?
Except
what?
Kuma, it would be too dumb to suggest that herself.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
mind meld.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Let's go.
So
You
gotta,
are. Hey, thanks for staying in character for that. Thanks for staying in
like
character.
she would just be like, why double cross? Let's just stab, and then like, so then like the whole time her brain is running on like dial-up internet sound.
Yeah,
Hold-
Chandra
hold
looks
on,
at
hold on.
everybody and just says, "Okay, you stay with me at the party."
Kuma's like, okay, cool.
This. Oh, wait, hold on.
Like somebody has to suggest it, or she would never say shit.
Yeah,
This is one of
I'm big
this is
brain.
one of
I'm
those
trying to find a
that-
way to float it. Hold on.
Chandra will return the topic back to their previous interaction. She says,
Hold on.
I suppose you all seem to have some good reasons to dislike Za'nara. Perhaps a nice apology, and everything will be good. Yeah?
You'll have to kill me
Yeah,
first.
apology parties.
Stab? Huh?
ah, little bird, yeah. Come on.
yeah.
Just
I
once?
liked you a little tiny bit better when you were more goody-goody. But I understand. I respect your point on this. And then she pauses and she says, Za'nara doesn't hate you two, right? This is just a one-way thing. Right?
Who knows if her memory is as long as ours is? Because I'm not sure. Well, wait, hold on. Before I say this, CJ,
Yeah.
I can't remember. Did our party figure out our first party? Did our first party figure out that we were directly the cause of Za'nara's fiance's death?
Oh.
I actually do. I don't.
That's what I was thinking. I don't think we actually knew that.
No, the only person who knew that was Rom.
That's right.
Yeah, the only person who knew
That's
that was
right.
Rom. Yeah.
And he didn't even put two and two together
Nope.
himself. No,
Ironically, he paid the price for it too, didn't he?
right? No kidding.
Became a ragdoll. Ha, ha, ha.
But anyways, okay. So then I can't suggest that. Never mind. I can't suggest that. I can't. I would assume she thinks this is one way. I can't remember if she knows that we were the direct cause of her failures on the first planet. What was that first planet? God, I keep forgetting the first planet's name.
Hold on.
At the
The
very
one where
least, I don't remember
Naalah
her
died to Darius.
insinuating that when we were on Volusia.
So here's a fun part of playing for 3 years. Okay. The first planet we started the campaign on never had a name. It was just a location. It has been retconned now to being Ryloth.
Oh.
Yeah. All the slaves there that you guys rescued were Twi'leks, the ancient.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was Ryloth.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
just one of those things for playing for 3 years when I did not think it was going to take 3 years.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys would know it was that planet, though.
Okay. Naalah will just say, I don't fully know how Za'nara feels about us. I can't imagine she feels too fondly, though.
We did make our intentions known the last time she traveled with us.
That's
Looking
true.
to Chandra.
I do recall having to solo bodyguard her. I should have never invited you out of this. This is gonna be terrible.
What?
Now
That would be
you're
fun.
finally realizing that?
She says, I don't tend to hold too many grudges for long, but then again, I tend to kill the people I hold a grudge against, so I guess that's not a valid. I just assumed you all would have been over it by now. On both sides. But this could jeopardize everything if she does hold a grudge against you.
Naalah will be like, I could cover my markings or something. I don't know. Does somebody have some makeup or something? Something to cover our identities, perhaps. We don't necessarily need to go as Naalah and Delkor. We are just part of your entourage.
It
This
would be
the
kind of
perfect
hard.
time.
Is there anything in like the dossiers from the Republic that mentions Kuma as like a mistress of disguise? Does she have like an Instagram doing makeup tutorials secretly?
I don't think so.
There is no there was no specific description in the dossier you got about Kuma relaying anything like this. However, the dossier on the broker that you got, because you didn't get an individual one for Calliope and Kuma, it was the broker, and then it goes into detail about who that entity was, and it had 2 separate accounts for Calliope and Kuma. They didn't get their own dossiers, like they shared one under that alias. But underneath the, I guess you could say the the resume of this entity, it does talk about how infiltration is like one of their specialties, and reports insinuating about reports about different individuals' testimonies about the broker all described their interactions being with someone completely different.
Ooh, very cool.
Just so you guys know, the whole time you guys were talking about like all serious shit, Kuma's just chasing her tail.
Delkor is gonna make the offhand comment. It's gonna be kind of hard to disguise the fact that you're Traguda and I'm a chest.
Chandra
Kuma,
says,
at this
only
point, Kuma would just nonchalant say like, "That's not hard," but then like continue chases her tail, like just spinning in circle.
Chandra will completely ignore every word that comes out of her mouth and say,
Oh
if
my-
only I had brought my previous colleague. She was quite good with technology. You would have probably liked her, Delkor. She had some weird
It's Kiki, isn't
computer
it?
thing.
Oh, wait. I don't know who Kiki.
Yes! Oh, yeah,
No,
you
no,
know.
I know
You
who
do,
Kiki
you
is.
do,
I do know
you
who
do.
Kiki. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah,
you all were
I
there.
remember Kiki.
Yeah.
She's just like, you remember Kiki, right? She had some technology thing that could fully disguise a person. Do you happen to have one of those?
I'm not that proficient. Yes.
Kuma snort, and it's just like, who needs, technology when you can have makeup?
Chandra will once again completely ignore what
Oh
comes out
my
of her mouth and say, "What about you,
I-
Emilio? Do you have
Emilio.
anything?"
Hold up. She said something interesting. What do you mean it's not that difficult to hide chist features? I mean, I understand that you have a few of those. What do you mean by that?
And then she was just like, we don't. Well, she would just like nonchalantly said, we're not. But we're good in this business for a reason, but then like just like nonchalantly like explaining how like color theory and how neutralizing
Oh,
skin
yeah.
works, like and everything, and it was just super like she wasn't putting a lot of thought into it. It's just that she's doing something and then like offhandedly telling you all these like technical terms, and then just like, yeah, it's super easy. I don't know why you guys are like stressed with anything like that.
You
Dude,
want to put it together?
Emilio's jaw would like drop.
Yeah, even Chandra's
Everyone
like,
just like slack jawed watches as Kuma talks.
Kuma, you're a philosopher on the renderings of light and pigmentation. You were quoting great philosophers across different planets and systems.
She was just like, huh? What? And then it's super easy. Like literally, you can just pick up some paint and then you mix with this thing and this chemical, and then like voila. She would just go on and on as she's attempting to like, I guess like brush her tail or something dumb.
Wait, Kuma, can you disguise all of us? If you could make it look like I only have one brain, that would be a huge boon to my reputation.
She would just look like she paused and looks at Emilio and was just like, I don't know if I can make you look like only have one brain, but there are other things out there can distract people's attention, so then they won't notice that you have two brains. But then and then like it was just and going back to whatever she was doing.
We have to find some way to... I think Kuma is exceptionally talented. I remember looking over the dossier and recalling the strangest detail that every business dealing or public affair with the broker was with a completely different singular person. Now I'm noticing that Kuma and Calliope are around one another all the time. Could this person have been Kuma all along? Are you...
Kuma would be like, no, a lot of times Calliope does the work. I'm just cute.
Insight check. Fucking insight check.
Go ahead. Roll that insight, my friend.
What do I need to roll?
For you,
Mm-hmm.
are you lying?
I am not lying.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah. So roll insight, Cam.
That is a 16.
16. Okay. Is that enough? Insight. Like you're not being subtle with it, right?
No, I'm not. It was just like a plainly like, Yeah, I mean, I know how to do it, but a lot of times I don't want to do it, and Calliope always volunteers, so I'll just let her do it. It's not a big deal or anything.
All right. Yeah, she's telling the truth.
Oh, well. Perhaps I was too overzealous at the revelation. But would you mind disguising Naalah and Delkor and myself?
Kumo was just like, no, this completely fine. It's super easy. Give me like, a little bit of time and I'll got it.
Great. And besides, Chandra, if being fashionably late, especially someone of your reputation, you definitely want to command a presence when you walk in. We don't want to be among the first to arrive.
And then Kumo will be like, and then everybody will be orange skin. It's something dumb that it really doesn't matter, but.
Okay.
Or maybe green. I like green. Everybody will be green. We can match.
I don't think we need to match. If anything, that might be more suspicious. Just 3 differently shaped people who are all the same color.
Chandra says, "Oh, can you make masks?"
Is that how it works?
I mean,
Are you asking like how the disguise kit works?
Yes.
So, it's basically you're using not necessarily. Well, I mean, it can be makeup or anything like that, but like you're using it. Think of it like as far as like movie sort of like, prosthetics like a fake nose, stuff like that. That's what you can do. Mm-hmm. As for like helmets and masks, that's not covered in a disguise kit.
Okay.
I would have given it to you like if you guys had Calliope here, because she has kind of like built her like this whole like seamstress thing for her character. So I would say for her, using a disguise kit could also involve
masks
and stuff like that. But for you,
yeah,
it would just be like, and it's still it's still extensive. Like it's makeup, it's I forgot what they're called, prosthetics.
Yeah, like stage makeup, stuff like that. Yeah. So like man. Kuma would just be like, no, you can, because you can use what is that thing called? Like silicone or something to put on your face, and they cover a lot of features and stuff. So it's really cool. But she'll just be like, no, unless I get my hands on like some skin. Wink, wink.
Delkor, would you like to donate?
Never mind. I can't make that joke. Oh, no, I can. I'm gonna make the joke. All of you are gonna go around.
Better be funny.
After.
All right. This is 100% not in character, right? Delkor's not actually gonna say this, but Delkor would make the joke. I'm already circumcised.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So.
Silence.
So, what is Kuma gonna have to roll for the efficacy of these disguises?
Delkor, you take 85 DM damage. So that terrible joke. But as for what she would roll, it's her. I believe it's her Dex plus proficiency bonus if she's proficient in disguise kits, and she would have to make individual rolls for each of your disguises.
Okay.
No problem. I'ma cast guidance. Naalah
Yeah, Chandra
sits in her
says-
chair like, okay, do what you can, Kuma. Make me look different. Well, haha. Here's your D12.
Okay, great. So Kuma just like sits down and then like I don't know, out of nowhere pops up her like seven level makeup kit or whatever, and then just like plop it open. Like it's like a suitcase, and then there's like shit ton of stuff in here, and she'll just like, okay, who's first? And then she'll roll a dex plus my proficiency bonus. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So
But wait,
I
no.
don't-
Actually, who is going first?
Yeah, who is going first?
I'll go
I guess
first.
Sit down
Naalah,
first.
She said it. Yeah,
Okay.
she said she sat down.
All right. Sitting on the couch, Naalah, you pull up a chair to sit in front of Kuma as she starts to pull out all these tools you've never seen her have before. As she begins to start working, Kuma, you feel a sort of a warmth sort of come over, or actually no. As you begin to work, I'm gonna interpret guidance as this. So, like, as you begin to work, you start doing in the finer details. Calliope and you have done this countless times. It's a tool you've picked up even before you met her. The details of which you kind of reminisce on as you begin working, hiding the features of Naalah as you begin to work. The guidance aspect comes in where you start to get bored sort of like halfway through and your attention starts to trail off, but as your head like starts to turn, you just find Naala's hand there gently moving your head back on track. Like, no, we're not done yet. So go ahead and roll. Just as a heads up though, you guys are completely at the mercy of Candy's descriptions of how she disguises you, FYI.
Oh no.
absolutely, absolutely.
So,
Boy.
Here we go.
all right.
Oh,
So,
So
Huh?
wait,
This
hold
is-
on. Just give me a quick description because I forgot. What is Naalah wearing right now?
She's wearing like a purple flowy dress, like just tons of like that bridesmaid dress fabric that's like super
Cool.
flowy.
Yeah.
And just like sandals.
Okay. Okay.
all right.
Okay.
I
Okay,
wanted
so-
to mention this as well. A big thing of disguises are also like mouth inserts, like that change like the shape of your cheekbones to change the shape of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
which
you-
also can change how you sound, which helps change the shape of your face and how you sound to help again disguise you even better. So if you have any of those, that'd be cool. But all
Like
your
all-
description.
Yeah, all of that is at her disposal with this disguise kit.
Okay.
But how well it goes is based off of her role
her description. Yep.
and her
Oh, that too.
description.
Okay. So do
So-
I roll first or do I describe first?
No, you roll first.
Okay, what do I need to roll again? So Dex, right?
Dex plus your proficiency bonus.
My proficiency bonus would be
Because you're proficient in disguise kits, yeah?
yes, I am.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'll be,
actually,
like, 10?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Proficiency bonus is +6 right now.
Plus 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be plus 11 then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
D20 plus 11.
But,
And you also have
remember,
a D12 if you need it.
So remember, I can't fail.
Oh,
You
that's
can't-
right. So
you
it's
can't-
minimum is 26.
You
27.
can't roll below a
It's-
10 because you're proficient with it, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh wait, is it?
is this a
But that's
wait,
for
what was this?
skill
Is it a-
checks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that's for
Is that-
skills checks.
Oh, okay, that's a tool. Never mind.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so just Dex plus 11
Dex plus
And
11
then
plus a D12.
plus D12. Okay. So
Okay.
that is 27. Is 27
Oh.
good enough? Do I need to
No.
roll a D?
No.
No?
It's
Okay.
it's 16.
No. 16 plus 6, so it's
Oh, plus 6.
Oh,
sorry,
right.
22.
22.
Right.
22.
Okay.
You just rolled Dex, plus
Yeah,
proficiency. That's 22.
So that's 22.
I would roll the.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can roll it anyway.
Yeah. Let me just roll a d12. Nah. Where's my dice?
Okay.
Okay,
So,
26.
So like you said, wow,
Yeah.
26. That's crazy.
That's
Okay.
pretty good.
It takes. Well, how about you describe what you want to do, and I'll say how long it takes. Based
Okay.
off of that.
So essentially, what Kuma is doing is, neutralizing the pigment on Nalla's face, and also like just overall body that's exposed, or it's actually just exposed, which means it would, instead of her original skin tone, it would actually tone it down to more like a grayish, and and she's also changing Nalla's feature, where anything that would stand out to people now has been like kind of like neutralized. What I mean is that, okay, she's changing like the just a little subtle things, right? So like elongating the eyebrows, downturning the corner of the eyes, adding like contouring to like make the nose like
Ooh.
just changing just features a little bit, but then enough so that she doesn't look like who she used to be, and at the same time it completely mute her in a sense that where like if you glance at her, you're like, oh, it's a person, but then like you won't remember her face.
Gotcha.
Oh, hell yeah.
So this is why she's good at what she does, is that she has to go and extract information, so she knows how to disguise herself in a sense that it doesn't leave traces of memory to other people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
The process takes a bit, and as you all watch, you see as like as Kuma described, you see as the Naala's natural facial features begin to fade and disappear. The sort of very presence of the leader of the hand slowly vanishes as you start to look at. She starts to become more plain, more average. Her finer, more defined features are hidden and begin to vanish as the woman before you doesn't look like the companion who fought alongside you on a literal planet of witches. She doesn't look like the person who left the Jedi Order to form her own organization. She just looks like some jobber. She just looks like in a very good dress. Like, she's not ugly by any means, but she is she's not eye-catching, and it's amazing to you that a simple cosmetic procedure would dampen her sort of natural presence Naalah has always had about her. It takes you, I don't know, ladies, how long would it take to do something like this? Please help me out. I don't know how long makeup tutorials last. Okay,
So if she is like a super expert in it, and we're like thinking she's makeup artist levels,
yes.
I would say the like contouring and face makeup would be pretty quick. The body makeup would take a little long. I don't know. It's space, it's magic. I would say like in real life, if I were to do something like this, it would take 2 hours for Kuma to do this. I would say like
half an hour.
I think half an hour would be like a makeup artist, like a pro level. That would make sense.
Well, here you go. Per the real rule book, 10 minutes or 30 minutes. So there you go.
Okay.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. I will also
Cool.
say that on top of her, 30 minutes. Good to go. Alrighty. Standing up from the chair, finished. There isn't a mirror here, but you can tell just off of the expressions of the people around you looking at you, you definitely look different than when you sat down in that chair.
All right, who's next?
Delkor looks
Delkor,
to
yeah.
Emilio. Looks to Emilio, gestures.
Oh, I think we should prioritize yours and Naala's disguises most.
Not the world's most foremost expert on Vong biology. You sure about that?
I am.
Plus, you have more looks up your long head, striking features.
She would chuckle, kind of just like pat it and say, "Yes, you are right. I do have a lot to lose, but considering your role as infiltration on this mission, it's
Said it'd
best."
be easy to describe to disguise me. Go ahead. Go next.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm just concerned about passage of time on this party.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys should go first, and I'll, since I'm supposed to be unassuming and last and infiltrating, least important character that needs to show up.
Yeah, since his is a small change, it'd only take like 10 minutes.
10
You were saying,
minutes.
Yeah,
like 30
yeah. I
minutes.
think I think for him it would be a lot easier. It's just a little bit of contour. We're gonna shove him with some circle lenses so that he's not like bright as red eyes. But those are easy. Anyway, so I need to do the same thing again, right? Just roll dex.
Yeah, then we'll.
I'll still be casting guidance every time.
Okay.
Will you? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so go
Yes.
ahead and roll that, because we'll add 6, and then you'll roll a d12.
Okay. So dex 20
Ooh.
plus 6, 26, and then a d12.
Yeah.
A d12.
Oh, man, 36. Okay. So, with a 36, you're going to be able to basically do almost anything you want to do to, like, towards disguising Emilio. So how would you change Emilio's appearance? Kuma?
What is Emilio wearing right now?
Let me scroll up a
Pretty sure
little.
it's a white
Pantsuit,
pantsuit,
right?
right?
That is a floral pattern pants suit.
There it is.
It's up there in the updates. Here it is. Copy paste.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
There you go.
Whew.
Okay. All right. So Kuma will study Emilio's, clothing, and then like stare at her big ass forehead, and then she'll
Hey, yo,
do the.
raisins.
She would do. She didn't say anything, but she was like, "Oh, that's gonna be a little hard to distract people, right? Because obviously, it's like a lot of it draws attention, and you don't want to draw attention. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna darken Emilia's skin tone. Not a lot, but just enough to change her to like kind of like a honey, kind of like I don't want to say dirt brown, but like just like a honey. Like it's not again it's not gonna draw attention. It's not very like it's not dark, but it's also not so bright that people would be drawn to her. At the same time, she's again gonna changing her she's just in general her features. Again, maybe putting a little highlight there and putting a little shadows here to again change her eye shape so that it is it shortens the length of her eyes, and then also adding a little bit of glue here and there to help make it a little smaller, and then make her cheekbone a little bit more pronounced, and then like changing the shape of her mouth by with like, I don't know, lip liner or something, so elongate it a little bit, and then like with concealer to dab it on the to make it look thinner. So it's essentially her face is just, again, her features completely changed, and then when she's looking at the forehead, she's like, and then she started digging through her little box, and if you let me, CJ, she would have a not a wig. She'll have just like a scarf or a hat or some sort, and just like, you should probably just put it around your head, and kind of covers half of it so that it doesn't draw too much attention. And
roll a history check for me, or lore. I guess is what. Yeah.
Lore check.
Yeah.
Lore check. It's gonna be an 18.
Are you proficient with lore checks?
I'm proficient with like everything except survival, piloting, medicine, and athletic and animal handle.
Okay, 18. That's fine.
Okay.
When it came to the effort of disguising her cranium, you think about the suggestions you have. Hat probably wouldn't work that well. You don't have a wig that could potentially fit her, but you do have your skills. And as you continue to work, you finish the designing you have, and as Emilio sort of like turns to you all, it's sort of a shocking sort of like surprise. What you've done is by using shadows and elevating the light and letting elevating the light of her skin, and making deep sort of like contour lines along her head. You've warped her appearance to being that of a more of a like albino, or more of a tanner sort of color of a Falleen, a race that you had come across, they sport some pretty big foreheads themselves. But I will say that with your extensive disguising, you do give Emilio a more, with effectively almost changing the perception of her race. You've given her a more intimidating appearance. Falleen, she has extremely pronounced sort of brow, which helps with the skeletal frame of her head as it comes up. And when Emilio faces you all after having been worked on by she looks like a completely different person. She looks like almost like an enforcer, like someone you never want to cross, someone who looks extremely intimidating. And with the company you're about to go into, she will definitely look like she belongs among them. If anybody wants to like know what a fall.
Oh, I just have one last touch that I want to say. Yeah. And then like as she's finishing, she'll hand Emilio like a bright red lipstick and just say, I say that you shouldn't have strong color to draw people's attention, but at the same time, if you want to redirect people's attention to other places, you use bold color. And then she was just like, you can put this on if you want to. So then people will focus on your lips instead of your your head.
Oh, it's perfectly fine to simply call it what it is. It's a mark of distinction among my culture, and certainly positions me quite physically above a lot of you. But in this particular
I don't
case,
know what that means.
well,
Can't relate to be so smart. Like she knows, you know, she's a huge fan of Emilio's work. So she's like, I don't know what it means to be that smart, but sure, maybe I should have another brain.
quite strangely enough, Kuma, I think you kind of do. This is incredible. I barely look like myself anymore. Thank you. And,
No problem.
get out of the cosmetologist chair.
And then like Kuma will just like, you know, snap her attention to Voda. Not Voda. Oh, damn, I'm sorry.
That's a lot.
Delkor.
Yeah.
Snaps her attention to Delkor, and she's like, "Hurry, we gotta go."
All right.
I don't bite, and then she bares her fangs.
Rather impressed by the work she's done so far. You step into the chair as everyone eagerly waits to see what the now famous Kuma does to your face. In the meantime, though, while this hour has gone by, what have you been doing, Chandra? Chandra?
By now, she honestly probably would have left the ship. She would have spent some time making sure they know, stay alert, no slacking off. Don't sneak into the party and embarrass me, or there'll be hell to pay. You know, a lot of basically keep an eye on everything. Don't let nobody on the ship, anybody off the ship. If anything happens, notify me immediately. I guess around some point she'd walk past, maybe towards the end of Naala's transformation, be impressed by the work, and she would make her way off the ship first, because she can't be mad late.
Got you. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna roll again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba. Dex. Oh, that's plus 6, 18.
Well, you're D12.
And then a D12. Well, the good thing is this for Delkor, it's not like a super like complicated one.
4, I'll take it.
24? Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead.
okay, so Kuma like just kind of studies Delkor, and then like obviously there's like 3 distinct features: the black hair, the red eyes, and the blue skin. So the first thing she does is like she was just rummaging in her little suitcase or whatever, and then she like I don't know if there is contacts in color contacts in
Yes, there
Star Wars.
There
Okay,
are color
so then
contacts in Star Wars. Yes.
Okay, great. So she's like she just popped 2 out. She's like these doesn't have they're essentially Plano, right? They don't have description. So she's like put these on, and what it does is that instead of like a bright red, it tones it down. It quote unquote darkens it. So it's not like it's a completely different color, but it gives it like a couple of shades darker. So it's no longer like a glowing red eyes. It's more like kind of closer to like a burgundy, you know. So added like a little bit of purple tone to it, and then on top of it, then she took out her handy dandy dry shampoo, like her kitty dry shampoo, and he doesn't want to shower, which is never, but you know, you have it on hand, and then so she kind of like sprinkles some on top of Delkor's hair, so that instead of so it doesn't cover it completely, but it does give it a salt and pepper effect.
Okay.
And then she kind of just like working on his face again, darkening his eyebrow, make it a little thicker, changing the eye shape again, make it downturn. So it makes it so it when he looks at people, it seems like he is a little tired, a little sleepy, and then he started drawing lines at the end of his but with like clay, like a special effect clay. She kind of put things here and there on his face, so that make kind of aged him, right? So, if he's like a 20 something, like late 20, early 30-year old guy, now he will appear to be in his like late 40s, right? So he has thin,
Okay.
he's haggard. So she drew a little bag under his eyes, and then changing the nose shape by like putting contour in a little bit of concealer on his lips, so to make him like just a little sickly. So it's just in general changing him from like a healthy young male to a older like tired haggard dude. And then she's also changing his skin tone, obviously, to more of like an ashy gray.
Okay.
Would you say ashy gray? Would I look more like a hold on, I know a race that's just like that. What are these guys fucking called again? One of these guys. Oh, maybe I should just post.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me click into it.
A Bolasar. You would lack their
Antenna.
yeah.
I didn't realize they had antenna. Oh, that's an antenna. I thought that was like a hair thingy thing.
No,
Okay.
you do look. You do so. In her her quick sort of mock of this disguise for you, Delkor. Mm-hmm. She does age you up. The contacts definitely lessen excuse me, the effects of your very, pure red chiss eyes, changing their tone almost completely. And with the muting of the color of your skin, you look similar to a shark high, I think it was shark high, I think are what they're called. There we go. Shark Kai. There we go. And I'll post it in chat for you guys to see what they look like. I'm pretty sure they're on the 5e site though, but
I don't think so.
That's crazy. They should be on 5e, but with hold on, let me copy image. Look more like this. Or that. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You have a bit more of like a salt and pepper look, and as you stand, the ladies in the room, Delkor seems to have he looks like a very like Kuma said, a almost like a tired executive is what he looks like. A man who's been in the game a long. He seems like a man who's been in the game a long time, and again, with the company you guys are going into, you'll probably fit in. There's sure to be a number of executives here. It is a bit funny though, seeing your, I was gonna say friend, seeing your teammate literally be aged up like 10, 20
in the
years.
span of in the span of 10 minutes, that she just
You're getting a
there are
first-hand look.
wrinkles on the face, and then there are.
Yeah, you're getting a first-hand look about what the future with Delkor would look like, and he doesn't look bad. Like he's not ugly, but he does look like he's been through some living. Okay.
Yeah, that is if Delkor doesn't age like gracefully. That's
This
the
is bad
version we're
ending.
seeing.
This is
Yeah.
bad ending Delkor here. But yeah.
Del-
Yeah, as
Delkor.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Delkor, it looks like you've seen better days.
Well, I have no idea what I look like, so.
Yeah, here. So I hand him a hand mirror.
Okay.
I see. I see what you've done.
Kuma
An
was
tired
just
old
like-
man. I will be.
Yeah, Kuma like when like say anything, but she'll no. Kuma wouldn't react to the comment, but she'll say, no, now nobody would know you are you. And then she's like, start packing her shit up, and was just like, okay, are we good to go? I'm a little hungry now after all this exercise.
Yeah, I think it's time to go. We gotta catch up with Chandra.
Oh, and she was, oh, Chandra's gone already?
Speaking of Chandra, as her allies were getting their makeup done, you step off of the ship, just wanting to get your presence known, so that Za'nara will know of your arrival while your companions prep. Let me switch over. Well, here we go.
Thank you, Kuma.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
forgetting that.
Big ups to
What
Kuma.
is their fake names?
There is a constant wind up here. And when you first step off the ship, the loose trappings of your attire are caught in the sort of strong breeze, but either through your own influence or your natural ability to wear such fine wear in harsher environments than this one, you definitely quickly adjust to it. The air is it's chilly, and to anyone else, being up so high and looking out and seeing absolutely nothing could be a bit jarring. But you don't have any real time to worry about that as you look towards the entrance, a funneling of all the separate sort of like platforms you see lead to this one singular entrance into the zone or location where you guys saw that mansion as you pass by overhead. A number of other attendees are arriving as well, all finely dressed, though you kind of like sneer. None of them are as finely dressed as you.
Damn straight.
Some conversations are being held left and right, and you do what?
After taking a moment to take in the scenery, she'll take one last look at her beloved ship, give it a little pat. Mommy will be back. And then she,
Mommy will be back.
this is her baby, alright?
It would be a shame if somebody scratched it with their little claw.
It'd be a shame if they get thrown to their death.
There's the as you approach, following the trail from your ship leading up towards the entryway, you see a number of armed guards posted up at front, joined by a ultra familiar model of assassination droid in front of you, who seems to have its gun pointed at a potential attendee. The guard's holding up a data pad, looks at it again, and he says, "Sorry, you're not on the list." The woman in front begins pleading, "Please, I have to get in there. I need Za'nara to know that I'm here. Please, just go tell her, please." And you see one of the guards sort of like lean over, and he like taps the other guard on the shoulder, and he says, Yeah. Your name's Zarasi Tono, correct?" Right. "Yeah, you're on my list. HK?" And as he says that, the HK unit comes up to her, and she's like, "What?" And before she can even process, she's shot in the chest. Her body flying back as she is jettisoned off the side, and her body begins falling towards the infinite drop towards the surface of the planet.
Man, I was
gone.
I was hoping the IG-88, yeah?
No, this is an HK unit.
Oh, HK, never mind. I was hoping the HK, again, assassin droid is already illegal. The assassin droid would have a very, very illegal disintegrator. That's what I was hoping, and she would just into a pile of ash with turn to dust with fancy clothes. That's still just as awesome.
The HK turning to the other guest that was at this woman's side, the guard's looking towards him and saying, "You were with her, right?" The guy just puts up his hand. "Nah, man, I wasn't with her. I don't even know why I'm here, man.
That's crazy, man. I don't know.
That's wild. Nah, this.
I gotta go.
This ain't Narshada." And he starts.
Let me go get it.
Yeah, he starts to slowly back away before he takes off running. The guards have a huge laugh at this expense as the HK droid returns to their side as they continue to watch more people funnel in. Oddly enough, no one batted an eye at what just happened. But then again, this is definitely that type of crowd.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just step around that little blood stain there.
Yep.
You
Approach.
I'm not stopping in front of them. Chandra's going. She doesn't even stop moving. She knows she's getting in.
As you start to move forward, the HK does move in front of your path to block your entrance, or to block you from just walking past. The guards do take a note of you, the one on the left saying, "Ooh, God, lady, I'm telling you right now, I really hope your name's on the list. Name, please. I hope it's Angel."
Oh!
Chandra just looks at him. You have the pleasure of addressing Chandra Cassine. May that name never leave your mouth.
They
Out of my way.
They immediately look to each other. You can immediately tell, not just from their body language, but through the force, that as soon as you said their name, they got a little bit how do I put this? A little on edge, and they say, "Oh, right. Mistress Za'nara was asking for you. She was expecting you earlier, but
Hours ago.
Fashionably late.
she told us you might be. You're free to go in. Although she said you were bringing guests."
She points back to her ship. You see that beautiful ship right there?
Oh yeah, it's a beauty.
Yes, it is, and it's mine. The 5 people that come off of that ship are with me, and you will let them in without any problems. Yes?
Of course, ma'am. We'll keep an eye out.
She says, thank you. And what was your name again?
They kind of look to each other. We're not allowed to have names here, but my number is A1649.
And you? And she points to the other.
No, I'm A1547. Ma'am, and let me just say, it's an honor.
I'm sure. She says, see to it that my associates get in, no problems, and please, don't make me have to come find you if they have any problems getting.
Of course. And you see them sort of like something in them, probably ex-military. They by default salute to you. And then they realize their mistake as they gather themselves together. The guy to the left of you pushes the HK droid that kind of like it unresponsively just kind of like pushed to the side out of the way. He says, out of the way, you stupid droid. VIP here. Please go in, Miss Cassine. The lady of the house is waiting for you.
Thank you very much. Carry on. And she will get on it.
As you walk away, you just hear them like whispered, like, "Dude, that was her. God, I didn't expect her to be that bad, dude. I know it's nuts, right? But like, what was going on with her face? I don't know, bro. I wasn't looking at her face. As you move past, you go inside. Right.
These are real guys.
As Chandra steps into the facility, we'll say that you guys exit the ship. Yeah, I just had this one up.
We'll catch up. We just need to catch up.
I'm so tired of y'all, man. Y'all see what they do to me, guys.
Catch up.
Realistically,
What?
we were gonna split up anyway, CJ. Let's be real.
That's true, but like,
That is true.
there we go.
We did the mind meld thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so
He's crying over a split party.
we can start with it if you want, but it only lasts an hour. So I was more suggesting that we have a signal for it if somebody needs to transmit information silently. Because
I like that this conversation happened after she left the ship.
no, it happened when she was there. Don't worry.
No, it didn't. I was here the whole time.
I'm sure.
I remember that conversation on the way here. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're doing like a flashback, like a heist movie flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's like some fucking Ocean's 11 type.
Yeah.
No.
This is what really happened.
Cruel.
Dude.
Dean's a tyrant.
Dude, Ocean's 11, next movie night for sure.
Absolutely not.
I'll be there.
Absolutely should be.
Don't tempt me. Don't
Don't tempt me with a good time. But okay. And your new disguises, which, by the way, let's... Ooh, ninja. Ninja. Alright. Keep those on so I know that you guys are disguised. You all make your way off the ship. The same sort of sensation comes over you. The strong sort of like breeze blows across these platforms. It scatters the leaves of these cherry trees as you guys approach. It's a very serene and beautiful scene, if not for the giant cannons that are pointed down towards the platforms here. It's all very eccentric, which most of you, well, half of you know, is really into Za'nara's tastes.
I respect it.
I think Naalah, like, as soon as she steps off that ship, is just gonna do her best, like, Chandra impression. So she, like, she just rolls the shoulders back and she she lets out a heavy sigh and she goes, "Let's get a move on. Yes."
Oh, this is gonna be gold.
I love it.
Kuma just like step a little closer to Emilio. It's like, what's that?
What's what, sir?
What's like? She was commenting on Naala's new the change demeanor. It was just like, you didn't talk like that.
And she sauntered off.
Yeah.
I believe that was her very accurate, I might add, impersonation of Chandra. I'll also try to act as entitled and expected as possible, and I'll sort of embody more of a Falling disposition. They're very proud, like a warrior, a tribal race. As I look to my left at Delkor and then look behind me at Kuma and say, please address me from this point on as Ikta Zon, third daughter of the Zon tribe.
Hold on, whoa. Ikta Zan,
Yes.
third daughter of the. That's way more in depth than mine. I just ran the fantasy name generator. I'm a Sarah, okay?
Kuma,
No last name.
Kuma just like, yes, Ida, got it.
Ida.
And I'll
my secret identity.
stroll off toward the entrance.
Okay.
And then Kuma will follow, but then as she passes Delkor, and she will just be, and what would your name be?
Androck Falsheen.
Oh my god, these are so Androck Falsheen. These are hard
Uh,
ass names.
Yep.
And Kuma's like, I'll call you Andy. Sounds good.
When everybody calls Delkor the janitor, he adopts that very tired look. It's just magnified, absolutely magnified. You look and you see a crushed, broken old man.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You swear his eyes were burgundy, but man, do they look black. Black and tired.
The ultimate intention of Kuma's disguises upon you all becomes apparent as you make your way down the platform. While, yes, she made you all look so... The way she's able to make you all look so different and so just completely changed from who you naturally are is because she emphasizes the worst parts about each and every one of you.
I see.
But as you guys approach, making your way past a few of the others who have kind of congregated in the front here, the guard sort of nudges as he points towards you all approaching. He's like, "Those sheep up guy, it's them.
Naalah does her best Chandra saunter over and sticks a hand on her hip and she goes, "Where with Chandra?"
The guards kind of get themselves together, and the guard to the left clears his throat. He says, "Right, we've been expecting you. Yes, the attendees of Chandra Casino are always welcome here. Please do go in, and he and he kind of like gives like a little bit of bow to you all to let you all walk by. You see the HK droid just sort of like quiet, completely quiet, looking towards you all. It's it's just standing like at attention, just sort of like watching. But you guys have the right of way to go inside.
Naalah walks by. Very good. Carry on.
One by one, you all file in. And as you move past, the guard on the right calls out to the one on the left, and he says, "God, it was too extra, bro. Too extra. I'm not gonna tell Chandra about that. What do you want me to do, man? I had to make an impression. Nah, it didn't come off right. Didn't come off right. You messed it up. You messed it up."
You think I still got a shot? No.
No.
No,
No.
you don't. Not a chance.
Hey, bro.
Oh my
Hey, bro.
god.
What the fuck was that? Did you just bow to them? That's what you do, right? Yeah, and you know I'm on you, right? Oh, I can't wait to tell the night shift about this. Oh, I can't wait. All right.
I can feel that one.
Man, ain't that the truth? But okay, you all file in one after another. Before you do so, and for the first time now, we can start playing some music.
Oh, let's hear it.
It's a little bit too loud. There we go. All right. As you step forward and into the promenade of this giant structure, Chandra, you see embers of lightened basins on a lake of flowers and fish in front of you, and numerous statues depicting the one immediately in front of you, which depicts, you kind of like tilt your head, Za'nara, and a like more and a very sort of like saintly sort of like attire. As you look around the room, you see statues dedicated to that of her people, the Zygarian royal line that sort of like house the outside sort of perimeter here in the promenade. A number of guests are already chatting, hors d'oeuvres in hand, conversations being held. A number of individuals, of course, already all off the bandwagon. Some of them getting drunk, and you see guards going to handle them, escorting them off the premises, which probably means throwing them off the side.
You're getting a little too rowdy.
Yeah. Okay, guy. Did you just? Yeah. But you. Past this sort of statue, this sort of like saintly statue of Za'nara, you see like in the middle of the outward sort of like promenade, you see a large sort of housing center. You can see it has like windows going in, but they're elevated too high up for you to like peek through to see like what's actually in there. But you aren't given that much time to yourself. As soon as you come through, you are approached by a guard. He says, Miss Cassine?
Yes.
Mr.
What can I do for you?
Mr. Za'nara has been waiting for you. She wants me to escort you to her right away. She got a little bit impatient. She's on the dance floor on the second floor. Follow me, please.
Thank you. Lead the way.
He gives you a nod as he leads you through. some of these people, you even kind of recognize, Chandra. In your dealings, you've had to interact with some of the socialites here, although a lot of the people here are people you don't know. Going into through this door, the doors automatically open as you will approach. Actually, forgive me, it'll be this side. I'll take you over this side. As you all approach, leading you past a number of other sort of like almost kind of like Romanistic sort of architecture and style of artwork here. The walls are lined with beautiful paintings. You can definitely see your girl is living lavishly, okay? And of course, as you look to the side, hors d'oeuvres are being served by slaves in chains. You can see the collars around their necks, but you know they're keeping up appearances. They're all dressed in like down here they are dressed in very fine sort of like garments, very form-fitting dresses for the women, like all solid black color. The men wearing vested shirts with all black with black slack pants and black dress shoes as they serve everyone here and there. Although they're dressed nice, the chains, the chains around their necks are still very prominent. But the guard leads you over past a door over to the stairways leading up. But before he does so, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Out of curiosity,
Sure.
what is being done?
You have no idea
Trying to
yet.
do, huh?
You don't know.
It don't matter. It won't even work. Ow. What?
At
the
11?
Oh jeez.
fuck? What is with my rolls?
Okay. You go up the stairs, no problem.
Gonna be a problem.
It's already a problem. I just don't know it yet.
All right. With Chandra's ascendance up into the second floor of the mansion, the rest of the group arrives in the promenade. As I said, conversations are being had. The party is alive and well, and for half of you, it almost makes you sick to see that Za'nara lives in such a ridiculous place. Like, look over, bitch. Is that a fountain? Are you kidding me? Although, hilariously, again, just like Chandra, the first thing you guys see when you walk into this promenade is this saintly depiction, this statue of Za'nara in this saintly sort of like form. It's the first thing you see. When you walk in here, what do you guys do now that you've arrived at the party of the century?
I think first, Naalah would like to release a long-suffering sigh as they enter and she sees everything. Okay. Everyone, just act as Chandra would act. Kuma, please stay with at least one of us. And as should be expected, Chandra is already gone somewhere else, so let's not draw attention to ourselves.
Yeah, Kuma would just do a quick glance around the room, but then obviously hyper focus on the food and we're just like,
The
I,
potential.
for one,
All you.
I, for one, think our. How am I saying this? I, for one, think our artist deserves some hors d'oeuvres. So I'll escort Kuma.
She's just like, yes, finally, food.
We
But
we move off to the buffet table or wherever food is held, blah blah blah. Or if we need to like find a table and then call some slaves or something like that to bring food, whatever it is, just trying to stay in the flow of the party, not trying to cause a scene.
Got you. As it's not hard to do. A raise of your hand towards the direction of one of these slaves, and they immediately come rushing over to you. They're carrying trays of what seems to be like champagne. That they, of course, very carefully bring forward to you to offer either one of you a drink. As for like food and hors d'oeuvres, there are tables. Excuse me. There are tables aligned with, things you would find here at a cocktail party. There's shrimps, crackers, cheese, slices of thinly sliced bantha meat, as it is offered. Nothing like hard here. It's all kind of like finger foods. Mm-hmm. The slave that approaches, he kind of has his head sort of held low, before he sort of like shakes his head and he looks up to you with a smile. Are you enjoying the festivities, sir, ma'am? Can I get you anything?
Kuma will like curtly nod and say yes, and then she was just like, I would like some of your shrimps. But then like it would be, because you remember that she's like on the job, she can't just inhale everything, so she's just like, yep, 20 would be enough.
You see him like keep that sort of like smile. Well, of course, 20 shrimp, coming right up. And you see him. He turns on his heels as he walks towards the table where the food is open for anyone to go to. You see him sort of like put together a fucking pile of shrimp for Kuma. Before he comes back over, he has it in like a nice sort of like glass sort of bowl that he brings back over to you. He's like, here you are. I was unsure if you wanted any of the cocktail sauce. I'm so sorry. I should have asked.
She was just like she never really had fine dining, and if she had, she doesn't remember because she doesn't chew. But then she's like, that's fine. You did a great job. And then like she would just grab the bowl and then like stiffly walked away, and it's like, we should reunite with our party, like as she told Delkor.
The slave sort of like bows after finishing his task, but before he walks away, he does say to you, if your appetite is not satiated, the villa does host a restaurant on the second floor that is open to all of the mistress's guests. Sorry. Please enjoy.
Kuma will thank him for the information, but then like we're just like pretending not to care, but you can tell that her ears are twitching a little bit, and the corner of her eyes also twitching a little bit, and just like, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. And then she'll just like brisk walk back toward her group because she doesn't want to be tempted.
Yeah, the man walks off.
What was the overall disposition of the slave/servant? Did he look like he was just like in like a disassociated state of perpetual fear, or? Trying to get an insight as to how Za'nara treats people at the lower on the totem pole.
Oh, sure. Roll. You can roll insight on this poor man.
Okay.
Knowing Za'nara.
Yeah, she probably treats him terribly.
Yeah, honestly.
22.
Double deuce.
Approaching you, you can tell that the young man's probably been struggling tonight. There's a constant... You've seen it before, especially when younger scientists come before you and the scientific board for grants. They are terrified about saying or doing the wrong thing that may, well, in their case, fail to get the money for their research project. But for this young man, it could be his life, for all you know.
Yeah. I say to my associates, it seems like everyone here is walking on pins and needles, knowing that one wrong step or one wrong move could rob them of their very lives. It could prove advantageous to any of us who want to try and leverage our relationship with Chandra. I mean, the potential here to give the galaxy an edge on the war against the Yuuzhan Vong is near infinite.
There's your conversation is interrupted as you hear the falling of a pan hitting the ground and the glasses upon it shattering, as you hear the bellowing laughter of guests as they mock a slave who had fell. The slave, a woman, gets up, quickly looking around before a guard comes, grabs her, and escorts her out of sight.
Jeez.
Another
shit.
slave immediately comes and cleans up the mess, picking up the broken glass with their bare hands, placing it on the table, while another one completely wipes away the stain of spilled champagne upon the ground. And it's like it goes by like the other slaves appear to clean up the mess like that. It is definitely after with Emilio's insight, you guys definitely can concur that it is a tightly run ship here.
I immediately look to Naalah and Delkor to see if they're just to see if they broke character, looking at what they know is going to happen to that poor woman.
You can see clearly Naala's mind doing like, you know that meme where it's like the lady with like all the calculations. Like, and like you could see her hand twitching to where like her lightsaber is under her dress. Like she looks distressed.
Oh no.
At this point, Kuma would just raise her bow and be like, "Would you care for some shrimp?"
So actually, Delkor was actually slightly distracted by the fact a whole platter was dropped and all that. A little commotion was caused, but actually, CJ, Delkor has been nonchalantly looking around for cameras and security systems, investigating. Like proper placement for ground cover. What do you mean? No,
your perception.
Right,
no. you can. Yeah, go ahead and excuse me. Jesus, hold on. Go ahead and roll perception for me, man. 13? With a 13, you looking around out here on the promenade, you can already spot there's several security cameras on, not only just on this level, but you can look up and see with the higher levels of the building, there are higher place cameras that look down into this sort of like courtyard. As for like turrets, most of them are really not that subtle.
I see.
And if there were more, you were unable to like see. You've been to fancy galas, or I keep saying galas, fancy places like this before, and it would be no surprise to you if, aside from the ones you could see, there were additional sort of turrets lining the walls here in this literal den of sin.
Yep. Okay. Good enough for now.
Yeah. If they ever become a factor, I would literally show you guys where they all are. But I just didn't want to flood the map with so many turret icons. Plus, they're huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
But yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys going in, talking with?
Yeah, I
anyone?
think
Doing it?
what
Oh, yeah,
Naalah will
absolutely.
do is, after a second, she's like, okay, I'm Chandra. I don't have morals. The dark side of school. And she'll roll back her shoulders and she'll go, okay, let's get our information and then leave so we can find a way to burn this vile place to the ground. And she'll just, oh, okay. Oh, excuse me, waiter. And she'll like grab a glass of champagne from like a tray passing by or whatever. Thank you so much. And Naala's gonna start sauntering around, keeping an ear out for interesting conversations.
Got you. Starting, so Naalah goes off to blend in with the crowd. I'm sorry. Itagzan is Emilio's alias.
I'm Asara.
God damn you, Amber.
What?
Asara.
Yeah, that's what the fantasy name generator gave me.
Alright, Asara goes off. No, that's gonna be too complicated. Naalah goes off and starts to blend in with the crowd. What are the rest of you doing? Are you all sticking together, or are you splitting up?
I don't think I necessarily want to move too far away from everyone else. Like, I'll kind of like, grab my drink and like, jerk my head this way kind of thing. Like, I don't think we want to do a 5-way separation.
I will be escorting Kuma, per se. Not babysitting. Yeah, I'll be escorting Kuma, so again, Kuma won't be alone, don't worry about that. But you guys, I don't know, we could split up. We could go in pairs, I guess. So the two of you go and I'll follow around Kuma, keeping her from vacuuming all the food up in sight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to hit every curio in this thing. What I wanted to do for a moment was to use my sage advice feature.
I gotta change that text color, dude. Holy shit, that white on gray. It's rough.
White on gray. Mine's black on gray.
Yeah, mine's white on gray. That's weird. But anyway, I'm sorry. What does it do?
Thanks.
It allows me to share my proficiency bonus in a skill that I'm proficient in, with a skill that a person is not proficient in.
Oh wow.
That's pretty broken.
Yeah.
What the
What?
hell?
You got that at level 2?
It's a feat.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a level 2 thing. Like I have it too. It's just you guys, everyone else hasn't had to use the skills that I've had to use, except like maybe once technology. But we didn't have a minute for me to explain technology to everyone else.
Gotcha.
Anyways,
Yeah. So very quickly, I wanted to share my I want to share my I want to either do investigation or lore. I think I want to share my lore proficiency with everyone who already isn't proficient.
Okay, then I will share. Then after you do that, I will share.
I think we're all proficient in lore, though, aren't we?
Really? Okay. Are y'all proficient?
Okay.
Oh.
You know what you should do? You should do perception for Delkor.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay,
perception.
I was thinking that. Okay, cool. Then I'll do perception then.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'll do technology for everybody.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Alright.
2 minute conversation. 2 minute. She talks about that. I go, that's a good idea. I
Wait,
should.
Delkor, are you proficient in sleight of hand?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll
I
need
have
sleight
a-
of hand?
I have a
I
5.
will for what I'm trying to do.
Oh.
Well,
But-
I mean, I am, but I can't share anything because Kuma doesn't have that cool.
Maybe I can
feat.
convince you to do something for me, but we'll see.
Well, you're gonna walk around with me. Mine's not too bad. I have a +8 to sleight of hand.
Okay, cool. I will let you all
Okay.
in on my plans when we get a little situated and people just start to not look at us as much
Okay.
as Kuma's disguises will inevitably let us do.
Maybe.
But okay. But yeah. So I share my perception proficiency with you, Delkor, and what are you sharing with me? Tech, right?
With all 3 of you. All 3 of you, to include Naalah and before you guys walk off, Naalah and Kuma and yourself, technology. You're all proficient with technology for 1 roll for the next hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I will give you guys. I'll just give you guys the concentration blue, so you guys remember you have this.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
I
not
really
blue.
just give myself. I thought I clicked blue, so I was
Sorry.
very confused.
You good?
Yeah, we're kind of buffing us, if you don't
Fly.
mind.
Freedom. Blessing on magic custard. Oh my god. Infinity war. To maximize the magic. Explode the mic. No, I can't. Okay. So, with the sharing you all's information, you'll slowly begin to enter into the party and begin mingling with the guests. Meanwhile, because you guys love doing this, on the second floor. I have to change the music too. Give me 1 second. Okay.
That was just fast.
What's happening?
Oh, I made something for Trey to snack on.
And she
And then-
thought it wasn't gonna be 8 already. Yeah,
He
it's
in-
gone.
He inhaled it
Demolished.
in like 3 minutes. So
He's doing
just
his,
so you know, he's doing what Kuma does best.
Since everybody's impersonating Chandra.
So, on the second floor, as you ascend up to the second floor, you hear the rumbling as you reach those upper steps. There's a vibration shaking the walls as you approach up. You see as the guard gets up, he starts like bobbing his head as he starts listening to the thumping of music. And as you round the corner, you see the flashing of lights as you reach pretty much the party floor.
Nice.
Oh, we definitely need to go to that floor.
There is
Real event is.
there is a number of of individuals, as you can see, dancing all together in the in this sort of wide sort of open space. In the middle, you see a circular sort of like platform. In it, you see a Bith DJ with thick headphones on as he continues to play the beats for a party of individuals dancing. Most of the individuals you see are, finely dressed attendees. Some of them some of them dancing with other attendees. Others, others pulling slaves towards them to forcing them to dance with them, as they are all sort of like just kicking it to the beat. And as this happens, you see in the middle of the dance floor. Let me reveal our girl. Dressed in a fine and very sort of like revealing dress. You see Za'nara just pass the DJ booth as she seems to be dancing with a well-dressed woman on one side and one of her slaves on the other. She's clearly enjoying herself. You can almost hear her laughter over the thumping, constant sounds of the music playing at hand. The guard looks back to you and he says, "Just a minute. I'll tell her you're here." As he walks forward into the strobing lights to go get your friend for you. I say that with quote.
Yeah, party girl Za'nara. Woo, yeah.
You see as he approaches, he comes up behind her. She kind of like pushes him at first. And he almost like falls on his ass. She turns towards him. You can tell she has a very like pissed off, like he threw off the Emperor's Groove type thing. But he goes and he points back towards you, and she looks around his shoulder, and then she immediately like pushes the two girls off of her, knocks her guard aside as she walks past, arms outstretched. As she comes here, she says, she gets to like, right as she's about to like approach, she looks to you and she says, Darling, is that really you? Oh, it's been too long. And she comes in and she embraces you in a hug.
Chandra returns the hug.
It's short-lived, and as she breaks from the embrace, she takes a step back to look at you. She starts from your shoes up. As she looks up at you, she says, "Yes, fabulous as always. But what is this, darling? The eye bandage look went out a long time ago. Although I must say, you are pulling it off tonight."
She says, "Well, yes, I know. I wanted to go for something a little more retro with this bit. Mix it up a little bit. You, however, I must say."
I know. She like gives like a twirl to like show you her everything that she like her full sort of dress and jewelries that adorn her. She says, I really had to up my game for this evening, clearly. And plus, we have a reputation to uphold."
She says, "Of course."
She looks around and she says, "It seems you took my advice. Finally left all that baggage back on that dust planet."
She says, "Yes, you can't let baggage weigh you down."
Isn't that the truth? Did you just arrive? Yes? Are you hungry? Do you want anything? Boy! And she like calls out 3 individuals that were like serving drinks. Immediately stop conversating with guests and report to Za'nara's side. And she kind of like looks at you with a quizzical face like, do you want anything?
She will take one of the drinks that they have that I assume to be alcoholic.
Oh yes. There's a you get to choose. Up here there are different drinks. Bottom floor it's pure champagne. Up here there are a number of glasses with varying hues. There's an almost like looking carbonated blue beverage. There's a very an iced red one, and then there is a yellow one with a umbrella in it and a piece of fruit on the side of the glass.
I'll take that one.
Oh, okay. The slave holding it hands it, offers it to you, and then she shoos them off, and she looks towards you and she says, "Oh, don't drink too many of those. We have business to do tonight, darling. But I guess we are entitled to some fun."
She says,
Come.
yes,
Oh,
the
go ahead.
galaxy's baddest bitches deserve a time to cut loose.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Come. Let's get somewhere a little bit more private so we can catch up. And she takes your arm and she drags you away from the dance floor. Walking by, you can see a number of windows that look downward, down towards the promenade. As you are being pulled through here, roll perception for me.
That's a little better.
19. As you're being pulled, you can see through the glass window. That's definitely Kuma arriving. The people around her, you're assuming, I'd say, to be your allies in disguise, although you're not 100% sure, since some of them look drastically different. But you definitely see Kuma down there, confirming that your party has arrived here. Za'nara gets to a door here. The guard, two guards posted up against this wall. They are heavily armed, with heavy sort of like guns as they watch rotating around. As you are being pulled through, you also notice with the perception check that you are catching the eyes of everyone you pass by. Guests, every guest that you went by here, with literally like a Za'nara on your arm, has noticed you and has taken notice as you are pulled off away. And as Za'nara holds her hand to the scanner of this door, it scanning her prints, the door opens up and she pulls you inside. And as you do so, the sounds of the music begin to like slowly fade out for you, almost completely vanishing as you all step inside. Let me reveal this. Doot. Do. I don't know who invented polygon reveal, but I love that person. Stepping within, you come to what is sort of like a almost like a nature sanctuary. Small bits of trees and shrubbery are here lining, and flying across you see rare exotic species of birds and critters as they roam about here freely. And as she continues to lead you down, Actually, you know what? I should probably just do all of this since she's taking you there. No. And as you make your way through this sort of like forest sort of environment, she brings you into the next room, and it's a shocker for you now, where you were just back in what was basically the a miniature sort of like forest. Here you are now, and it's white sand at your feet as you make your way past this almost sort of like beachfront here. In this flowing sort of like simulated sort of like water, you can see exotic rare fish as they swim through the stream. A number of like turtles slowly make their way through the sand here as Za'nara just walks by them all, leading you to this final room, which opens up into a there we go, into a sort of like lounge location. You see as she she walks over to the couch, plopping down, resting her hands onto the resting her arms up onto the backs of the couch, and she kind of like takes up as much space as her body definitely could. Do you take a seat beside her?
I mean, unless there's some other comfortable looking seat.
No, not really.
Chandra's on the couch.
Okay. She kind of like turns and she looks at you and she says, "It's been quite the day. You wouldn't even believe. Oh, goodness. You know, I take these moments for granted. These moments right here, when I can just have a moment of peace."
Despite everything that Chandra's colleagues have been saying about Za'nara, she right. Chandra also, with a bit of a kind of a shrug, like, yeah, it makes sense. She'll relax a bit in the seat.
Oh, woe is me. Za'nara is tired and stressed from enslaving the galaxy.
The galaxy's falling apart, but you know what?
Fuck her.
I can sit for another 5 seconds. All right.
She don't deserve a moment of peace.
You're not here.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Just even still.
But still, fuck her.
So, darling, please tell me. I did not see this. Please tell me that this is some sort of joke. Because I've been hearing rumors spreading about you now. Is it true that that idiot Chancellor has you on some sort of war rally group? That bleeding heart of yours, Chandra. Honestly, they don't deserve you.
Double cross or no double cross?
Well, it seems like she's already informed about it. So, Chandra will say, well, that's true. But what can I say? When you've got a rap sheet as long as mine, you need to take certain opportunities to absolve it.
She kind of like scoffs. She says, trust me, darling, there's much easier and less embarrassing ways to clear your name if that's what you're really after. You see, she kind of like reaches over, and grabs or presses a button, and from it, opening up from the ground, is a sort of small, sort of like pedestal that comes up with a drink already on it that she takes off the pedestal before a slides back into the ground. She looks to you and she says, "We've got to have had your record swiped. It's not as if we don't have those connections, darling. And you're back with that girl and that idiot. Well, enough about that. We're here now, and we have business. Although your little PR stunt may cause a little bit of problems, I don't see it being a major inconvenience for our plans. I got him here. Chandra, did you see him on the first floor?"
I believe I know who you're talking about, and I saw him, but I don't think Chandra paid enough attention as she was being rushed up here. So she'll say, "Unfortunately, with my late arrival, I didn't have much time to take in all the guests before your workers hastily brought me to you."
No worry, darlings. I'm throwing so many drinks and girls his way. He's not going anywhere for quite a long time. But we have him here in my own home. Malik Elder, the head of the exchange, with only a few guards to accompany him. And all of them are here, Chandra. All of the people that matter. All of the people for our coup in one place. All we need to do is just do a little bit of schmoozing before we make our strike for takeover.
Ooh.
Expand my criminal underworld, you say?
But the galaxy.
The galaxy will be there.
You were supposed to be doing your redemption arc.
What's that? Never heard of it.
Chandra says,
We are going straight back to Dathomir after this, young lady.
"Oh my god, you losing your eyes wasn't enough, huh? All right."
She needs another trial. Hey, baptize her again. She still got some
Hey, take
sin.
her hands this time.
Take her hands. Take everything.
Chandra says, "Truly a wonderful opportunity. Tell me, have your other ventures been recently? I'm afraid I haven't had the chance to reach out like I'd hoped to in these past months."
Guess you've been too busy gallivanting with your old buddies again. And you see her sort of like pout as she takes a sip from her drink.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay,
Well-
bestie.
she says, "Well, things have been going, well, extraordinary, clearly. My empire has been expanding. Seems as though your takeover of that disgusting hut left an entire opening in the scientific sort of infrastructure here and with the exchange. Luckily, I happen to know a few talented scientific hands, and with their help, I was able to step into that role. It's been quite lucrative. So many people are changing to the idea of, why hire mercenaries that could betray you or not do the job right when you can just get a droid programmed to do the job for you? Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it saves me so much money. Although I don't think my guards will like it when I start laying them off next week. But, well, that's their problem, isn't it?
She says, "Speaking of which, you should fire the two at the door first. 1649 and 1547. They're a little..."
Really? And you see her sort of like tilt her head to the side as she puts a hand to her ear. B4963. You are to eliminate those two idiots at the front immediately. Now. They've insulted one of our They've
I
insulted
didn't think
one of
that
our.
would happen.
They've insulted
You
one of
don't
our
think
VIP
so?
guests.
Of course it's gonna happen.
They've insulted
I mean,
one
I
of our
guess I
VIP guests,
should have expected
and they are trash.
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 Take them.
You know what?
She says,
Garbage.
you know what? Better thought. Find them, detain them, strip them down, and slap them in irons. We'll begin their conditioning soon. Whew. Thank you.
Conditioning.
And she says that's all. And she says, whew. Had to stop myself there. Always. That's my issue now, Chandra. When I'm in a position now to just get rid of everything that I ever see as being an issue, I always forget about the possibility of other avenues. They might not be good guards anymore, but who's to say they won't do a good job serving cocktails also at my next soiree? It's lovely. Oh, maybe I'll do that for all my guards. Yes. I mean, it's not like they could refuse. It's slavery or death.
It is good to be aware of other options. You never know when another one might work out better.
Oh, this is why I love you so much, Chandra. You always understand where I'm coming from. But yes, listen. She says, this is what we have to do. And she pulls up, she leans forward to this table in front of, or this section in front of you. In front of you, though, there's like a wired off sort of greenery. I guess you could say kind of like garden of like Budley sort of like growing what assumed to be like maybe vegetables or plants. You're not 100% sure. But in front of you directly on this couch, there's a wide screen, and she presses it, and holographic sort of like images, profiles of individuals, like profile of like their face is projected outward as she begins to talk. In front of you first, you see a Trandoshan woman. She has pale yellow sort of like scales, deep green eyes, dressed in a sort of you don't really see their dress, it's kind of like the neck up, but this sort of holographic image of their profile like spins around as Za'nara says, Uk Obast, the head of the Beast Fangs. We've been in good standing as of recently. I can thank her for all the fancy and unique critters I have in my home. They're beast tamers and are known for their effective and vicious control methods for these animals. In fact, I know they're good after speaking with Obast for some time now. I've started using them for conditioning my slaves, and I have to say it is quite effective. Who knew that taming animals and taming people would be so similar? She clicks a button, and it slides. Excuse me. You see a oh my goodness. You see a pair of twins appear on the screen now. They are Deveronian. One is a woman who has extremely sort of like she has a few like ritual, almost not, I wouldn't say ritualistic. She has a few tattoos and scars across her face, while her brother to the side of her is very well kept, pretty handsome, you'd say. Wide grin, smile, two protruding horns coming out of his head, and she says, "These are the Udo twins, Eric and Chani. They're the leaders of the Fellblades, a dangerous group of mercenaries, thieves, and assassins, whose brutal and effective tactics are only matched by their eccentric lifestyles. I think you'd like them, Chandra. They have the idea that in their line of work they could die any moment, so they always live in the moment. It's wouldn't be too good for their profits if they weren't so good at their jobs, but if you want someone dead, they are definitely the ones you send after them. And I have to say, I had almost given up on these Deveronians after that entire debacle with Almar, but I guess there are a few good ones out of the pack. This hurts.
She's evil.
Trey's just like sitting there shaking his head. Damn, maybe they were all right.
Just maybe.
Maybe they were right. She presses a button again. Before she presses a button, she looks towards you and she says, Eric is sort of a playboy, if you will. I, of course, was going to send my girls in to try to woo him, see if he spills some secrets while he sleeps. But, he's handsome enough. If you want to play with him, I won't stop you. So just let me know how it goes. She presses the button, and a drastic change from the relatively attractive twins. You are met with, like, the stout, gruffed face of an old Toydarian. He's wearing... Even though you see him from the neck up, you can see his sort of, like, military-style black sort of, like, beret on his head. And you see her sort of, like, roll her eyes. This is Kree Tobin. This old fool is the leader of the Fireflight militia. And he's an exorbitant windbag. Always talking about the good old days or ships. He never shuts up. But his fleet do patrol the best galactic the best highways for our narcotics currents. So, as much as I hate to hear him talk, it is always in passing. But I'm not sure how we can get him on our side. But worst case scenario, look at him. He's ancient. He was bound to die soon anyway.
Oh my god.
There is she presses the button again, and before you is the helmeted sort of like visage of a pike. The man there you can see the helmet that this pike is wearing is the housing mask in front is of a bluish, almost green color with ornate sort of like designs leading up to like glowing sort of purple eyes. The outer sort of like layer of his helmet, a solid sort of like brass color. You can see two and you can tell just from the design of their aesthetic that they are a very well kept individual. And she says, "This is Minister Oro. He's the ambassador sent here by the Kemen Partnership. They're a ruthless ring of scientists in charge of drug distribution and human experimentation. We had a couple run-ins. I had to save my finances after that Sith tried to kill me, and I had so many extras. I had so many extra people to give off that I sent them over to the Kemen Partnership, which has solidified our relationships." She looks to you and she kind of smiles. She says, "Don't you wonder where your spice, all that spice you mine, goes to?" She gives a nod back to the hollow and says, he's the one. She says, "I've heard stories about him creating drugs that could even bring people back from the dead.
Oh.
And she smiles, as if you could ever believe such a ridiculous thing.
Yes, truly ridiculous, but she makes a mental note of that.
Smiling and laughing, she takes a sip of her drink before she clicks. She will click to the next one. It almost catches you by surprise. Before you see a Chismail. Finely cut hair, wide jaw, very Giga Chad energy, right? And she looks and she says, and you see her, she kind of like puts a finger to her lip as she looks at the hologram, and you can look towards her and she has like a very coy smile on her face, and she says, "Oh, this is Darian Daskalo of House Daskalo. He's with the Chist Ascendancy. We often work with them, though I hear it's all under the table. Where the naughty secret they don't like to talk about. But he's here as well this evening, and if we can get his backing, it would be a great boon not only for my pockets, but yours as well, Chandra." She presses a button, closing it. Oh, no, she doesn't. There's one more. And she says, as you look at this image of Darian, she looks at you and she says, "Well, that's all of our targets, Chandra. Now, I'm not one to tell you. I'm not one to tell you what to do. And honestly, I don't have to. You're so brilliant as it is. I'm sure you'll get this done. But we need to build relations with each of these individuals by the end of the by the end of the evening. I need this to happen. Malik Alder needs to die tonight. And I would just like it that if everyone here in my home was on my side when it happened. That way, the fewer blaster marks on my walls, the better. You understand?"
Yes, I can definitely understand that sentiment, for sure.
Oh,
They're quite tedious to have blasted marks all over your walls.
is that not the truth? Why is it that the hardworking always have to suffer, Chandra? Honestly, I've been through too much to deserve this. Oh, before I forget, she's not a part of the list, but I did invite her today because she is just fabulous. I'm sure on your way here you saw all those elegantly and very 100% authentic renditions of my visage throughout my home. And she kind of like poses. She actually takes like the same sort of like saintly pose as the statue out front. And she looks to you and she says, I invited the artist here today. She is extraordinary. A bit eccentric, but I love her. I just love her. And she clicks again. I need to remember what the name of this race is. Give me 1 second. They are called Makai. She is a Makai. Sort of like almost bright, sort of palish yellow skin, with tendrils almost coming out of the back of her head. It almost makes her look plant-like. She has very intense eyes that stare at you. Even in hologram form, it seems as if she's looking like right through you. And she says, "Oh, darling, I have to get you in contact with her. She's around here somewhere. She will do wonders for you. She will truly capture this elegant beauty. And she kind of like gestures your curvature when she says that. Do me a favor, Chandra. Roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Uh-oh.
Hey, let's do this better than the first time. Alright, better.
23?
Okay.
Nice.
With a 23?
You died.
No, you
24, sorry.
You fail. You drop your drink. It doesn't. The glass doesn't shatter. It impacts against the seemingly wood floor here as it rolls, clinking against the side of the cage of this sort of like garden here, and you just begin to excuse me, grasp your head. A throbbing pain begins to pour down from your head, and the sockets where your eyes used to be begin to burn. Za'nara, in a rush, closes the broadcasting, sort of closes the broadcast, and she kind of like hovers over you. She's like, darling, what's wrong? Are you all right? It's a painful sensation, a gnawing on the back of your mind, as you can hear the cackling of Dathomir witches in the back of your head. And without them, and as the cackling gets louder and louder, the burning sensation gets worse and worse, and you feel it's about to be unbearable before it's just instantly gone. And you hear in your mind, give me 1 second.
Oh.
Uh-oh, the night
what I think it
mother.
is? No.
You hear in your mind, Mother
This bitch
Rhaega.
has to die.
You hear in your mind, Mother Rhaega speak out to you, and she says,
You got it.
is here.
I knew you
Oh.
was in it. Alright. It's her. I knew that's what you were getting at.
You also take
Oh.
12 points of psychic damage.
I'm taking psychic damage on this fat 23? Damn. Alright.
That's crazy.
That's hot. No.
Yeah. Well,
The pain
getting,
instantly
wow.
ends as Za'nara tilts her head to you as you regain your composure. She says, I told you to be careful with those drinks, darling. I know the umbrella seems like an invitation, but it's not. It's a trick.
Chandra, as she rubs her, her head or temple, says, yes, I suppose maybe I had a little too much. Tell me, the artist, what was her name again?
Oh. And she kind of like looks at you and smiles. My second best friend. Her name is Makia Janasta.
Right, just gonna make note of her, of this fake name. She says, I think I would really like to meet her. Question also, still related, out of character. Malik Alder, the head of the exchange. I know we met him before. What do I remember about this guy? Is he a jerk? Is he nice? What is he?
The interactions you had with him was praise about your bounty hunter work on Tatooine. He said that you guys saved him a lot of fucking money by dealing with that rogue HK unit. He is a Togruta. He's a very old, I wouldn't say very old. He's an old Togrutan man. He definitely, he's heavily scarred. He has an eye patch on one eye. You've interacted with him since taking over your empire, maybe like once, other than your initial meeting. He does not make formal appearances like the one he's at now often. He kind of rules from a distance, delegating to others in his organization to maintain tasks, while he really just coasts and just rakes in his checks. One such person, of delegation being that of Za'nara. But yeah, he's a very ruthless businessman, and has a very intimidating reputation. This is the type of guy where it's like he speaks things into existence, and he makes people vanish like with a wave of his hand. He is a very dangerous individual. And the plan you and Za'nara knew that even with both of your resources combined, you could not like openly ever contest his hold over the exchange, which is why you all came up with this elaborate scheme to be the budding debutantes he sees you as, until this exact moment when he's here with his guards down and his allies primed for the taking.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Chandra, as she shakes off the throbbing sensation and regains her composure, cleaning herself up just a little bit, she looks over to Za'nara and she says, "Well, thank you for the quick rundown on everything. I have an important question, Za'nara."
Well, of course, darling. Are you feeling better?
She says, "Yes, I just realized something that I needed to deal with. Caught me a little off guard."
Oh?
She says, "But that's not what's important right now. Za'nara, we're
Yes.
friends, right?"
The best.
The best. Tell me. I hear rumors that you have, how do I want to word it? You have some new acquaintances from afar.
I meet people every day, darling. You're going to have to be a bit more specific.
Of course, being coy doesn't get either of us anywhere.
Hold on one moment. You see her kind of like tilt her head to the side again. What? No, I'm busy. Fine. Please tell Mr. Alder I will be there in just a moment. She takes her finger away from her ear and she says, "I'm sorry. We cannot kill this idiot fast enough. Honestly, who does he think I am, asking me to do something for him in my own home? That's what the slaves are for. I'm sorry, darling.
Quite rude.
Just, it'll only be but a moment, but I'm sorry to cut you off, but I need to go do this, and you need to use that," and she does the outline of your curvature again. You need to use that to start getting these people on our sides, because I swear, if he thinks I'm going to be on his beck and call at my own party, I should shoot him when I see him. He deserves to die for that alone.
That is a sentiment I can identify with.
Of course, darling. Come. It is a party after all. We should have fun.
As we get ready to head out, is there anything noteworthy in here? And I would also, at some point in all this, when she's not really looking directly at me, I would have liked to have used my eyes to gauge.
Shutting gun.
Yeah, shutting gun.
Shutting gun. Yeah, I got
Oh
you.
my god. I heard that.
Well, okay. As she moves past you, sort of like fixing, she like stops putting her hand on the arm of this chair. She like kind of like leans down and starts fixing her heel. You activate your eyes. The greenish, fiery tint, glowing from underneath your headdress as you look towards her. Za'nara's outline is filled in with a brightly reddish glow to it. There is no there is no difference. The person before you is Za'nara. There is no like disguise or hologram or illusion in front of you. This is the true blue. This is the true blue Za'nara in front of you. But as you look towards the room, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alright, easy. We got those.
You do?
Bruh, what is my rolls today?
Oh man, that's
13.
crazy.
With the 13 looking around, you can see there's you didn't notice it quite as much before, but there's along the walls there's like 3 big sort of like incubation sort of like chambers. You can't see what's in them, but based off of everything she said today, it's probably just like, who knows what could possibly in there. There's you see 2 additional doors leading to separate rooms here. You can tell that there's a separate room behind you, the wall to the back of this chair being a good enough indicator of that. As for like specifics, you are unsure. You see the incubation, you don't know what's in it. You see that there's doors leading to other rooms. You can't infer what these other rooms are though.
Oh well.
Yeah,
Maybe next week my rolls won't be terrible.
Maybe. But fixing her heel, she stands up straight again, tossing her hair. And she's wearing a little bit of a different look now. She dyed the streak of her hair in the front. Definitely. What you call it? Definitely. Using all that money she has now. But she goes to the entrance and she looks back towards you and she says, "Come, darling. We have bad bitch things to do."
Chandra says, "Yes, my dear friend." She will walk with her. My poor evil friend.
And as you all walk through the environmental rooms, heading back into the life of the party, that is where we will call this week's session of Star Wars.
Nani?
Ooh, D&D. I know the time flew by, guys.
That's crazy.
I know. I know, dude. I'm so hyped for this, dude.
Did Chandra take us here with a secret third agenda? Question mark? Have you guys seen the TikTok that's like, how could you do this to me? Question mark. That's Naalah right now.
To you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Let me close out the stream real quick. Give me a second. All right, everybody. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another exciting episode of Star Wars D&D. Stay tuned and stay safe till then, everyone. Bye.